more singles. So it's going to be a relationship that's going to last for a while.
For quite a while. We're excited about that.
Absolutely.
Let's come back to Ghana. Let's talk. I mean, there are a lot of new and budding artists, you know, on the scene. I mean, you saw quite a number of them at the VGMs. I mean, you know, also trying to push through and making waves. I mean, you saw people like Black Sherif, you know, and co. Well, what do you make of the new crop of artists, you know, who are out there now, trying to follow in your footsteps and, you know, the footsteps of others in the industry?
Well, I'm very, very, very honored and grateful, because when you take it from this perspective, you realize that once upon a time, from 2009, I have been a new artist coming up from that time. And you can count the number of years it has been now that we're still here representing and pushing. So I think it's the best for an industry. A growing industry is one that produces more and more and more artists, and also, you know, eulogizes its legends and those who have been setting the path and setting the trends, so that the old and the new can actually forge together to make things happen and represent for the country, you know. So I'm really happy for everybody who's pushing and working, and we all know the name you've mentioned, especially is Young.
What do you mean?
Is doing massive, you know.
What do you think of his music? I mean, people say his music is one way or one dimensional. Let me put. I mean, some critics have said that he needs to display a bit of dynamism and all of that. What do you make of all of these comments?
I think I leave that to the critics. I am not a critic. I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I'm a fellow creative, you know, person. So I leave it to the critics to enjoy their opinions. All I care about is for them to actually, you know, make constructive criticism. So what they're saying could be, you know, is also laudable. It's a laudable submission. But I believe as an artist, your style is your style. You can only continue to produce in that manner. If you're a farmer and you produce yam, it's yam. Whether the yam comes achia, you know, we just have to enjoy it. And I think I think that these critics are, most of them who know very well, actually do give some constructive criticisms that help to guide the artist. And few of them who just say things from personal observations and personal feelings also add to destroying, you know, a growing career. So that's what I would just beg, that we actually study the game and come across with it nicely, so that it doesn't be like you're tearing somebody down, because we are all growing, you know.
Would you love to do a collaboration with Black Sherif?
I mean, I'll say he's my youth, because these are 19, 20-year-olds, and we've been here for a while, though we're not that old. I think from the beginning, when he dropped the first song, was it second or first sermon?
First sermon.
I was in New York. I was in New York with a few Jamaican friends, you know, who wanted to do a collaboration, you know, to feature him on a song. That's where I actually got the opportunity to link up and, you know, and tell him about it, and really didn't hear anything from that end. But, you know, I'm good. Collaborations would come. Different teams are working on different things, and I think that's just what it is.
Okay.
Right now, my focus is actually looking beyond the shores, mainly, you know, so
beyond the shores of Ghana, mainly, to get a lot more international acts. Exactly. Okay, but one thing I've also wanted to ask you is about the Deputy Minister for the Creative Arts, you know, sector, Marco Kweku. Everybody was rooting for him, because he was seen as, you know, one of the people who understands the industry. Now he's been in that position for about 2 years. Are you impressed with his performance and, you know, the work he's trying to do for the creative arts sector?
Honestly, I'm not following keenly. You know, if I did follow keenly from toe to toe, then I'll be able to make some very, very constructive, you know, submissions here. But as far as I'm concerned, within his tenure in power, like you're saying, we all trust him to be a pioneer who has actually produced many, many big artists in this industry, and therefore he knows his ways around. Congratulations to him once more. I rooted for him, and I believe that he has the interest at heart to also change something, because there's definitely a need to change something in our industry. And one thing I pray is that he's able to achieve, because it's a different thing wanting to be in the seat, and it's another thing entering the seat. That I know. So I wouldn't go hard on anybody right now just by saying what I want to say. But I think they made a move that actually gave some of the artists, I know it's not everybody who was able to get some. I did, because we had a meeting one time. I bumped into a meeting one time, and then I met the minister himself. And then I tabled some of the challenges. It was around the COVID time, you know, and then they worked together with the ministry to sort, you know, some
of those issues out.
To specifically to drop some few coins for, you know, those who have been actively involved in stuff. So that is one thing that I know was specific that they done.
Okay.
And hopefully I pray that, you know, we're able to see the work so much so that there's no need to doubt anything. Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to be wrapping up our conversation. It's unfortunate. I wish we had more time. But a word to all the BIM natives out there.
Right now, I just want to tell my fans, all Ghanaians, basically. I mean, the fan base, the core, the nation is BIM Nation. But I just want to tell all Ghanaians to continue to support the Ghanaian artists, because it's looking bright and it can get brighter. They've always wished for us to be on these platforms and be great. And they can only, you know, be great at their support to get us there. So one thing I want to say is keep the support, BIM Nation, you know, keep the love, keep the streams out, play your role, play your parts, you know, as Ghanaian citizens, you know what I mean? Every artist must have their core fan base, which is very important. So
I believe a lot of congratulations have been coming in, you know, since you won that award.
I
mean, you mentioned Samini. Have you heard from Samini on that?
No. I haven't heard from personally, but honestly, I don't. These things don't really. I hardly think on that tangent, because it's not honestly really necessary, to be honest. Like we are all busy people running around. Sometimes you have thoughts you can't even remember, you know. So I don't take those things hardly at all. It doesn't really come to.
Have you heard from your brother Shatta?
It's in that line.
In the same line. Yeah. I see. So I mean, recently also you've been doing a lot of shows, you know, around the world. I mean, recently there was Accra, in Paris, you know. In the last few weeks, I mean, you've performed, you've shared the stage with people like Sarkodie and all of that. You know, what has all of that been like? I mean, even Memphis in May and all of that, all of these things you've been doing. Walk us through how all of that has been like. You've been busy.
Very busy. Right from January, I think February, I was in Gambia, and then I never stopped. If you check the calendar, you'd realize that there have been shows that I've been hitting at from time. And the last two would be Paris and Memphis. And we have a list of other big events lining up for summer, and a few ones. I see it as I'm only representing the flag of Ghana, you know, internationally everywhere I go. And when I get into these places and I hit the platforms and I'm able to deliver, it gives me a lot of joy, because the people I think first about is Ghana and what they're going to say and how they're going to feel. So when we're able to, in quote, murder the situation, then you know that, yes, there's going to be a lot of happiness from home, and there's going to be doors opening abroad. You know, that's how I've always felt, and I'm working. For me, it's work. When I'm on stage and I'm making you jump, laugh, you know, cry, smile, all these things, it gives me joy that I'm able to work. Yeah.
So I mean, what do you make of the crowds? I mean, the audience.
Hello viewers, I'm a friend to this channel, Pearl3112 TV. Please subscribe and let's help this channel to reach 1,000 subscriptions by the end of 2022 for the channel to be sustainable, and also bring you more videos, entertainment, news across and around the world. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing this video for others also get the opportunity to subscribe and also share to reach the targets for this channel. Thank you.